Hi, I'm Bethany Wallace, Content Manager for College Recruiter. At College Recruiter, we believe every student and recent grad deserves a great career. We create a quality candidate and recruiter experience. Our interactive media solutions connect students and grads to great careers. Today is part 2 of the series on how to have a great first day on the job when you get your first entry-level job after graduating from college. So last week we talked about the first 5 tips that I have for you about how to have a first great day on the job after you graduate from college and transition into your first entry-level job. And today I'm going to give you 5 more tips on how to have a great first day on the job. So the first or 6th tip that I have for you about how to have a first great day on the job is to observe. So on your first day, and really I would say within your first week or 2, maybe even the first few months, sort of put yourself in observation mode at work. Rather than jumping in and volunteering for every single thing, signing up for every committee that's voluntary. Sometimes you'll be placed on committees you don't have a choice. But rather than just jumping in and sort of being gung-ho, and also rather than opening your mouth and saying everything that comes out, do more observing and listening than you do speaking and doing. And especially when it comes to social settings. This is important because you just don't know people yet, and you don't know who's who, which social circle is the one that you really want to join. And at work, there are social circles just like there were in college. And so when you went to college, think about how you took a little time to figure out which group of friends you wanted to be part of. It's the same way at work. It's kind of even more important at work because who you network with at work and connect yourself with and tie yourself to can sometimes determine workplace decisions later on. So do a lot of observing before you make decisions about connections at work. Okay, 2nd tip is definitely just say yes to lunch. Lunch is not a huge commitment. And so if people invite you to lunch, unless there's something in your gut telling you like, I don't think so, then just say yes, there's no harm in it, particularly if it's a supervisor or a team member, somebody that you are going to be working very closely with. Then getting to know your team and your team members and your supervisor or supervisors is always a good idea. It's not to say that you have to be committed to going to lunch with your team every single week or with your boss every single day or anything like that, but just as a one-time thing, it's not a bad idea. The 3rd tip I have for you is to silence your cell phone. Be sure that you don't put your phone on some obnoxious ringtone that's really loud during meetings, during orientation and training. There's just nothing more obnoxious than that. They may or may not remind you to put your phone on silent, so be a responsible person and just put it on silent before you ever get to work on your first day and during all trainings. That it's just really good policy during work, period. If you work in a private office with a door closed, then once you're in your office and outside of training sessions, you can have your ringer on a low setting so that it doesn't still annoy people. But putting your phone on vibrate is probably a good idea. The 4th tip is to use names when you're talking to people at work. Don't just start talking. And same thing when you're emailing people in work emails. Using someone's name really just makes conversation and interaction feel more personal. It's less demeaning when you're giving people orders or sharing information or requesting something. So using names at work is a good idea. And also when you're new, it will help you to commit names to memory. So you're going to be given a lot of information and introduced to a lot of people. So repeat those names when you're meeting someone, when you're introduced to them 3 or 4 times, and then that'll just help you. And then the last tip for today is to say thank you. So if someone opens a door for you, if they do invite you to lunch, if they share information with you about how to do your job, be kind and say thank you. It's just the courteous thing to do. It's polite, and it will go a long way in letting people know that you're not just another new employee, but that you're there to really learn and to also be courteous and help other people out too. Gratitude is a great quality to have and a soft skill. So I hope these tips have helped you. I know that they'll help you to have a good first day on the job when you're in your new position after college. You can follow us on collegerecruiter.com and read our blog. You can also follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips.